Is gut instinct. I thought we would do gut instinct today. There's a reason behind that. I had a reading over the weekend, and it was, this person was really fascinating, really nice person. But every time I told them about a mind probe they asked me to do, they're like, I had a feeling about that. I knew that. My gut told me that. And I'm like, well, why aren't you listening to your gut? So this is a problem. And I thought we would work on our gut instincts today. Go ahead with your intro, please, Ronan.
Good morning, everybody. It's 12/12/22, and my name is Todd Ronan. I'm joined with Liz Cross, and we're working on today's Monday morning meditation with our consciousness transformation technique. If you're new to the course or the meditation, you'll be repeating with me after Liz. You can add your own interjections, but it's a modified EFT technique. So if you're familiar with that, we'll be tapping bilaterally, either our arms crossed in front of us and your right hand tapping your left tricep and your left hand tapping your right tricep, or you could tap with your hands crossed, tapping your knees, or tap your feet up and down. But if you feel sensations of my brain is being rewired, I'm yawning, I'm laughing, I'm coughing, that's just energy being moved out of your body, and that's natural. Don't be concerned about that. But my course for spoon bending, it's a free event, Liz. That's this weekend on Saturday at, I think, 1 o'clock Eastern. I'll be helping people create some new Christmas decorations with bent spoons. If you want to join me, check out Eventbrite and just look up spoon bending. I always have a free event there on Eventbrite. So it seems like every month we'll be doing that next year too. My next remote viewing course starts on January 30th. We're going to take a pause for Christmas and finish up with my last 6-week course, but it's a 24-hour course where you can learn stages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of remote viewing. And it's probably the best course out there, the best value out there. If you're interested, check out my website, realityforecast.com, or email me at remoteviewit@gmail.com. And now I can breathe.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you are so funny, Ronan. I don't know how you managed to get all of that. That is amazing. Have you ever tried rapping?
No, not rapping. But we're going to work on our gut intuition, increasing that today. If you do have questions, you can type them in the chat. We'll get to them at the end. If you do have problems with your body or tightness or sensations you want Liz to look at specifically, please type those in the chat and we'll make sure we modify that for you during the chat. If you're listening at home, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. And let's go ahead.
All right. I just pinged everybody in Discord. So I managed to get over my my disappointment with England losing. I knew they were going to lose. I knew that. And let me tell you why I knew that they were going to lose in the World Cup against France. Because sometimes I'll have this thing where, like if I'm in town and I'll say, oh God, I bet I got a parking ticket, right? And Spirit will immediately send the answer down like, you don't. Or Spirit, I wonder if so-and-so is working today. No. So sometimes, not all the time, right? When it's over the small things, Spirit will send me the answer just automatically. And I don't even know how that kicked in, but it did many years ago. Welcome, Mr. Robot. Thank you. And so I kept saying, I think, I'm in my hopium, right? I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win. And Spirit kept saying, you won't. So I knew they were going to lose. I knew they were going to lose. Now, when I did that video with Max, that was kind of a joke prediction, just because I wanted the Dutch to win. I love the Dutch team. I always have, always will. And I think I was putting too much hopium in that prediction. And that's the thing. We constantly have gut instincts as well. I mean, I'm talking about set the psychic information aside, but we constantly have these gut instincts like, I shouldn't be doing this, or, I shouldn't enter into that business deal, or, I shouldn't take this job. The atmosphere.
That sounds like something you should listen to.
Right. But oftentimes we don't, for all sorts of reasons. A lot of times it's because of our survival, right? Oh, okay, well, I'm just going to have to put up with it because I have to make money to survive. So I'm going to have to take this terrible job. But really our gut instincts are so right. So right. Yeah, we do. See, they're even chiming in here. We question ourselves constantly. So we want to work on that, that initial gut reaction. Okay. So, if you have, especially if you're a mom with kids, right? That instinct is so strong. You get this gut reaction about somebody who's kind of, hovering around your kids. You need to listen to that. That is absolutely essential. And so, so let's work on our, that initial gut reaction and how we magnify that and we leave ourselves space to think about it, because sometimes we also get that gut reaction, but we don't have time to think about it. So I thought that's what we could work on today. My gut already crazy. Yeah. Once you start doing the CTT quite a lot, you already start feeling the sensations before we start. It's pretty freaky. I don't know why, but you do. It's like, oh, the soul knows what we're going to do today. And the soul is crying out to get rid of this, this bad habit that we have. Okay, so let's go ahead and open. All right. And for those of you that are new, Ronan, could you just explain how we do the tapping, please?
I did at the beginning.
Oh, you did? Okay, so let me have another drink of tea because obviously the caffeine hasn't gone to my brain yet. I will sleep well tonight. All right.
And this afternoon.
Well, he rarely naps, so we'll see. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
An optimum etheric pyramid.
An optimum etheric pyramid.
As well as.
An
optimum Faraday cage.
An optimum Faraday cage.
For the empowerment and protection of each one of us.
For the empowerment and protection of each one of us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep joy and relief now.
And deep joy and relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
I'm actually having a little trouble focusing this morning, which is quite unlike me. Well,
no sleep will do that for you.
Yeah, well, as we were doing that tapping, my mind is wandering and I'm like, ooh, that rarely ever happens. So, but people have often said to me, Liz, sometimes when I do the tapping, my mind wanders, and wandering minds want to know. That's so funny. So what you want to do is you want to center your focus back into your chakras, right? So go ahead and bring your mind back into your chakras and focus on the tapping. Okay, so if you have trouble with your mind wandering, a lot of times meditation is difficult for people because their mind is just all over the place. All right.
What I'm seeing for you, Liz, is a reflection in a pool, and that pool has a Doppler effect radiating out from it. So I do sense you're muddled inability to focus, unless I hope that we can center ourselves. And we'll try that, bringing our attention back into ourselves and back into our body.
Yeah. Focus on the chakra or the thought. That's exactly right. Yes. And bring it back in, right? Catch yourself. Don't let your thoughts go wandering. Okay. Catch your focus going off. See, things always happen for a reason. This is probably a reason for this, so more people can focus on the CTT, right? So bring it back in and focus. Catch yourself, your mind wandering. Okay, so the next one is treasures. Okay, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
The ability to see.
The ability to see.
Optimally recognize, you and use.
Optimally recognize, view, and use.
And use. And enjoy.
And enjoy.
The treasures in and all around us.
The treasures in and all around us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief and joy now.
And deep relief and joy now.
So let's all take a deep breath. Just remember what Ronan said. Yawning is good. Coughing, burping, feeling a little dizzy is good as well. Tingling on the scalp or around the body. That's your system rewiring. Okay, so don't be scared of that. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
And the last one, which is our spiritual helpers. So this is going to help remove that negative energy away from us, okay? Because what happens is negative energy needs a host, okay? It's not like white light energy. White light energy can exist without a host. Negative energy, dark energy, has to have a host. And so when you're removing dark energy away from yourself, or if you're a healing practitioner, you're removing it away from someone else, most likely, because it has to have a host to survive, it's going to go and stick to you. Okay. And I did many CTT sessions when I was training where I'm working on other people, and that ligature feeling around my neck, what they're like, oh, Liz, I feel so much better. Thank you. And I'm like, okay, I don't, because I've just taken on your energy. So through experimentation, we've come up with this spiritual helper thing to help remove that negative energy. So we have an etheric pyramid, right? That's to strengthen our connection to the spirit world and the universe, right? Then we have the Faraday cage, which is to protect us from others' negative energy elements and all of that. And now we're activating the spiritual helpers. So when we are releasing that negative energy, they're pulling it away from us so it doesn't stick to anybody else. Now, if you are a healing practitioner, another major step that you have to take, Mr. Robot, I see you there in the chat with your hat on, is that you have to transmute that energy, okay? If you're just throwing that energy back into the universe and you've just surrounded yourself in all these protective measures or mechanisms, right? It's got to go stick to someone else. That's very irresponsible as a practitioner. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. That's irresponsible. You have to transmute that energy. So our spiritual helpers are going to do that for us. Okay. And then the last step, which is, now we've opened, anybody following along today must close with us. Our last step is going to be, okay, we've removed negative energy. We've removed energy from our space, but then we have to fill it back in with white light and goodness, because guess what? You have removed your fear, but now you're going to put back in your, distrust. So you want to make sure that you fill that space back in with white light goodness. So those are the fundamental rules of healing that I have found through doing the CTT, and most people don't know how to do that. But Mr. Robot does. All right. And Ronan, you do as well. Okay, so let's do the last step. I know we have a lot of new people here today. This is why I'm going into these in-depth explanations, but let's do this last step. All right. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
Repeating with me, there's a part of all of us that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
The optimum activation.
The optimum activation.
Of all of our spirit teams.
Of all of our spirit teams.
That act on our behalf.
That act on our behalf.
For our highest good.
For our highest good.
And the highest good of everyone in the universe.
And the highest good of everyone in the universe.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep joy and relief now.
And deep joy and relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, I know we can all think of a situation. So let's all think of a situation of when we should have trusted our gut instincts. And I want you to hold that there, right? And I want you to apologize to yourself for not trusting that instinct. Okay, because we have to forgive ourselves. But if you send information back whenever you have a situation like that, and this is a aspect of remote viewing, okay? For those of you that don't know remote viewing, I highly recommend Ronan's course. But you can take that incident, right? If you learn remote viewing, and then you can send information back to your past self. Hey, when I had this bad feeling in my gut over this particular situation, I want you to know that it was right. You may have dismissed it, but it was right. And the more you do that, the more you're going to sharpen your instincts. Similarly, if you have an incident where you listened to your gut, it just didn't feel right, you listened, you paid attention, and you didn't do whatever it was that, you might have done, and you send that information back, say, hey, you know what? Well done. You really, really helped me, and I'm going to listen to you all the time. And I'm sure lots of us have different scenarios that we could actually list, and you can send and receive information back, right? That's another way you strengthen your gut instinct. I'll give you an example. And I was telling somebody over the weekend, at one time, many, many moons ago, my adventurous self lived in Jamaica, right? Okay. I lived on top of this mountain. It was a spiritual experience for me. No, wasn't up there smoking weed. Okay. Don't even think about that. Actually, Jamaicans are pretty anti-Rasta, certainly the upper class ones. And that's where I was. I was sort of in this like returning resident area. And somebody said, hey, Liz, let's go, grab a bite to eat. And loads of people were piling in this car. And I put my hand on the door to open the back door, and something just went, don't do it. And I had this feeling that I was like, I can't go. And they said, what? What's wrong with you? I thought you were hungry. Let's go. I said, I don't know. I just can't go. And they said, okay, suit yourself, right? About 20 minutes later, on their way to the restaurant, they got in a head-on collision. They were all severely injured, and anybody who would have been sitting in that portion of the car where I was supposed to sit would have been killed on impact. That portion of the car was completely gone. Okay. So, because what happened was they hit them head on, and then the car spun, and it spun out of control, and it broke up. It just broke apart. And luckily, the passengers survived, right? But the part where I would have been sitting, which was right behind the driver, I would have been killed on impact. So that's it right there. If you feel like you shouldn't get in a car, don't get in a car. Okay, seriously. And that instinct was so strong for me. I don't know what it was. It was like a wall between me and the car. And I took my hand off the door, and it was like, I couldn't explain it. I felt like I was offending people, but I just said, I can't go. And yeah, 20 minutes later, they were in this horrific car accident. So trust your gut, right? Okay, so let's work. That's a good question. Somebody says, what if we are naturally anxious and we can't discern, right? That is a good point, because I'm not an anxious person. You need to work on your anxiety. You've got to remove that anxiety. CTT can help you do that. So energy removal is how you get to the root cause of removing anxiety. You can do it through CTT. Mr. Robot, I know you do energy healing. So if you wanted to do that, email at moongraph777@gmail.com. You have to heal that energy within. I've got people coming through to the CTT that have been in therapy for 25 years, right? And they talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but their anxiety is still there. That's because therapists don't get to the root of the matter. They're just scraping the surface, right? They're scraping it. So let's work on our gut instincts, okay? And anything in our way that is blocking us, feeling those gut instincts as well. Okay, let's go. So I'm glad you brought that up. So in case, there's blockages there. Let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
The ability.
The ability.
To pay attention.
To pay attention.
And react.
And react.
In accordance with our gut instincts.
In accordance with our gut instinct.
At all times.
At all times.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep joy now.
And deep joy now.
So let's all take a deep breath. I'm going to add that anxiety on the next one. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, what did you get, Ronan?
Well, you take a big boulder and you throw it off the side of a mountain, then it has no end. It just keeps going down and down and down. So it seems like someone's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Also, earlier, I felt somebody was smoking. I got a lot of nervous anxiety around cigarettes.
Ooh, that's probably a past life.
No, it wasn't me. It was someone else out there.
Oh, don't smoke in CTT at the same time, because if you do, we feel it. And I hate smoking. I hate the smell of it. I don't want to be around it. I hate drugs.
Yeah, it was strange. I don't normally get sensations like that. So
That's really funny. Yeah, okay. So let's let go and heal. All right. So I feel that the boulder is representative of, God, this burden is so huge that I can't lift it to throw it off the cliff. Okay. It's really hard to move. So let's tap on that. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
These burdens
feel
like a heavy boulder. We can't move them.
We cannot move them.
I do not trust myself.
I
make bad judgments.
I have
too much anxiety.
I
can't decipher what is gut and what is not.
I cannot decipher what is gut and what is not.
I'm very confused by my inner body signals.
I don't understand them.
It's weird to pay attention to them. I will let people down. What else?
I don't trust my gut.
Depression stands in my way. With depression, I can't feel anything. I'm completely numb. Trauma has made me numb as well. I'm disassociated from my emotions. I am not in fine tune with the universe. What else?
I need to stop smoking.
Oh my God. Yes, you do. All right. You're so funny. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now. It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease. Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love. Healing, information, permission. And deep relief now. So let's all take a deep breath. That smoking one is interesting. I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. Information transfer is now complete. So be it. It is done. What did you get?
There's just a lot of anxiety about this and a lot of anxiety about trusting your gut intuition. It's strange. I feel that racing heart, and I feel just almost like a runaway freight train. Someone's afraid if they trust their intuition that they'll be off the path of their own life.
Exactly. Now, the smoking is very important. And what Spirit said, hey, if you're smoking, you're letting go of your consciousness because you're doing drugs, you're drinking too much, you're not eating correctly, you're not exercising, and all these things that we're supposed to be doing, it pushes us, those bad negative behaviors. No, you don't smoke. Those bad negative behaviors push our consciousness away from our body signals, right? So the healthier you are, the more in tune with your body you're going to be. So you're more inclined to listen to your body. When you care about your body, you're going to listen to your body, right? So when the body's saying, hey, there's a red flag flying down here, and I know you care about me, and I know that you listen to me, and I know that you love me, right? You're going to pay attention to that. So that smoking thing, actually, Ronan, was very, very important. If you're doing all these negative things, and listen, we all do it. We all do something negative. We all do. But the more we can be positive, doing positive things, the more we're going to be in tune. Listen, if I go like raw vegan diet, right, which I have done before, it's very hard to do, especially when you have all boys in the house and you have to cook constantly. But raw vegan diet, my intuition just like goes through the roof, right? So the better in tune you are with your body health-wise, the more your intuition is coming through. Okay, so let's let go all of these negative behaviors that are standing in the way of us taking our body signals seriously. Anything you want to add, Ronan?
No, just enhancing that signal line connection to our intuition. And I got that, our physical body is the carrier to our soul in this incarnation, and yet we don't treat it with that much respect and reverence that we should. Your body is your temple.
Yeah, exactly. It's a vessel. We have to live in this vessel. And now sometimes this vessel is, has a lot of hardship, and I appreciate that, but it's still our vessel. It's still where we reside. When my mom passed away, we had her body cremated, and she always was so negative about her body. Always, right? And, we're standing at the crematorium, and my mom is standing next to me in spirit, and she's like waving bye to her body. And she turned to me and she said, I never liked that body anyway. I'm so glad to be getting rid of it. Wow. And that just kind of freaked me out, of course. Like I was like, okay, Mom, I'm sitting here crying, and now you're sitting here happy that you're waving to your body, you're waving bye. You're like, good riddance to bad rubbish. So, but it's still a vessel. We still have to live in it. We still have to treat it well. Okay, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to.
Let go and heal.
Let go and heal.
All of these negative behaviors.
All of these negative behaviors.
That are standing in our way.
That are standing in our way.
Of us listening to our body.
Of us listening to our body.
Our body knows more than we do.
Our body knows more than we do.
Yet we dismiss it as it is no concern of ours.
Yet we dismiss it as it is no concern of ours.
What else? That anxiety is really bleeding through here. So lots and lots and lots of anxiety around having to even listen to your bodies, right? Listening to your bodies is so important. If you have a health concern, listen to your body. Don't think that you can sort it out on your own. Listen to your body. Make sure you're getting it checked out. Lots of anxiety, lots of fear about listening to my body. What if I'm wrong and I make the wrong decision? I'd rather not make any decisions at all. That's a huge one. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. Excuse me. And another area where we don't listen to our body is finances, of course. Your gut will tell you about finances. I'm not talking about compulsivity. I'm talking about your gut reaction. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Compulsivity and gut reaction are two different things. And it's easy to get the two things, mixed up. But compulsivity is a high. So say you're looking at that shiny new red, whatever it is you want to buy, sports car, right? You've hit it big with cryptos. Somehow miraculously in 22 and 23, you hit it big with cryptos, right? So this is a complete fabrication.
This sounds like fantasy.
Yeah. This is how right? And you're like, I just got to have it. I look so good in it. The chicks are going to dig me, even though I'm like old and gray, but it looks like I have a lot of money and maybe they'll like me. Or, I'm going to race boys at the red light. Because if any of you girls have ever driven a sports car and you're the first one in line at the red light, the boys want to race you, right? And then you have to sit there and prove your worth against these group of boys that want to race you. And so, that's kind of fun. That's exhilarating, right? I'm going to beat them with my whatever it is that I have. And their little clapped out old banger with a loud muffler and, smoke billowing out the back. I'm going to beat them. I'm going to show those men. Okay. Right? I know this is hilarious, but you're sitting there and you're becoming anxious, right? And I gotta have this car, I gotta have it. I feel high around it. Okay, that's compulsive behavior. Okay, that is not gut instinct. You are going, if you suffer, I'm laughing because somebody put in the chat, broke men are not attractive. No, unfortunately, they're really not. But some people like that. It's just whatever people like. But if you have this compulsive behavior and you can recognize it, you need to find a coping mechanism at that point to remove that emotion, because that will cloud your gut instinct, right? It's kind of like buying crypto. You can get a high when you think, a crypto, oh God, it's like got 10 zeros in front of it. I'm going to throw $100 at it and I'm going to be a billionaire. And you're getting a high. Yes, that is true. You can throw $100 at a crypto like that and become a billionaire. But then what happens is you're putting another 100 and another 1,000. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I have so much confidence in this and I can feel this high, this energetic buzz. I'm going to remortgage my house and I'm going to put it all in Panda Inu. Okay.
This is not investment advice.
No, right. This is far from investment advice. And that's what happens. And how do you know, Liz? Because people come through for readings with me and unfortunately, they've lost everything. Okay. They've lost everything. So that compulsive, if you suffer with that, you better do some CTT to get rid of that compulsive thought process. Seriously. Okay, because that will cloud your gut instinct. So let's work on that, because that came through very strongly. All right. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
Easily and joyfully manifest.
The ability to find a positive coping mechanism.
The ability to find a positive coping mechanism.
When fantasy and compulsivity.
When fantasy and compulsivity
overshadow my gut instincts.
Overshadow my gut instinct.
I dismiss all red flags at that point.
I dismiss all red flags at that point.
Because the compulsive behavior.
Because this compulsive behavior.
Overpowers me.
Overpowers me.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission,
Healing, information, permission,
and deep relief and joy now.
and deep relief and joy now.
So let's all take a deep breath. I'll tell you what came through on that last one: addiction and bad habits. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, here we go. Addictions and bad habits will kill our gut instincts. Okay, so let's let that go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal
Addictions,
addictions,
bad habits,
bad habits,
looking
bad connections and vices,
what is that? Bad vices and what?
bad connections and bad vices,
Bad vices. And also, friends, looking through rose tinted glasses
looking through rose tinted glasses
will ruin your gut instinct every single time.
will ruin your gut instinct every single time.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now. Oh, did you feel that shift? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission,
Healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. This is where I'm asking our spirit teams to take away that big shift that we just had, removing all of that negative energy away from us, healing it, loving it, taking it into the spirit world, transmuting it into white light, positive energy back into the universe. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Did you guys feel that? Because I did. It like went boom. That was a big hard shift. Sometimes it's a whoosh. Yeah, okay, good one. What about doubt or questioning the gut instinct? Yeah, I feel light. See, that's the power of the CTT. Anybody got any tightness in their throat, head, chest?
Yeah, I feel a lot of lightness or buoyancy around me too. So like that helium balloon feeling.
Yeah. You know what that was? It's looking through, jaws tight. Okay. It was looking through the world. I mean, looking through rose tinted glasses at the world. Why? Because you'll get a gut instinct about a situation, but you want to be nice. Okay. You want to be humble. You want to be nice. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Okay. But what happens is that comes back on you. All right. That will come back on you every single time. And what I told somebody over the email, sorry, I'm reading the chat. What I told somebody over the weekend was, it is perfectly acceptable to say, you know, in a nice way, I'm not saying don't be mean, but in a nice way, you know, it just doesn't feel right. And guess what? That is a very acceptable excuse. Okay, you know, this just doesn't feel good to me. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't feel right. That's perfectly acceptable, people. Okay, it really is. Okay, so let me focus in on this little bit of tightness that we're all feeling. And it has to do with distrust. Okay, so spirit are saying to me, this is distrust. And you all put it down to, I'm just in a bad mood. Good grief. Okay, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
Let go and heal.
let go and heal.
I don't trust myself.
I don't trust myself.
I don't trust others.
I don't trust others.
I don't trust the universe.
I don't trust the universe.
I feel like I'm stuck.
I feel like I'm stuck.
I just let things unfold.
I just let things unfold.
I don't make good decisions.
I don't make good decisions.
What else?
Bad shit always happens.
Oh, God. Bad poop always happens.
It was a strong sentiment. I wanted to make sure I added value to it. Negativity surrounds me.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
Negativity surrounds me.
Negativity surrounds me. I'm surrounded by negative people and negative situations. I can't get out.
My gut is always wrong.
My gut is always wrong. I'm a fool for listening to my gut.
I'm a fool for listening to my gut.
I don't believe anything that I have to say to myself.
I don't believe anything that I have to say to myself.
I get very angry with myself.
I get very angry with myself.
I don't see negative experiences.
I don't see negative experiences
as enhancing my learning.
As enhancing my learning and life journey.
And life journey and life lessons. I put it all down in the negative category. And that is
all down in the negative category.
And that is where I live, in a pit of negativity.
I live in a pit of negativity.
I'm scared to tell others.
I am scared to tell others.
That I listen to my gut.
That I listen to my gut.
It is a societal norm.
It is a societal norm.
To ignore your instincts.
To ignore your instincts.
Anything else?
Foolish world.
Foolish world. We live in a foolish world. I'm forced to live in a foolish world.
I am forced to live in this foolish world.
Anything else?
No.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. And we're going to offer ourselves self-forgiveness. We forgive ourselves that we have been programmed and mind controlled through societal norms to ignore our gut instincts. We forgive ourselves and we will listen in the future.
We forgive ourselves and we will listen to our gut.
Yes. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, how is everybody feeling now?
I see a very nice Zen garden.
Ooh, can I come and drink tea in your Zen garden, please?
Yeah, it's very tranquil.
We need to all meet in a Zen garden. See, that's the thing. Somebody says, I have a natural high. Yes, you don't need drugs. You don't need alcohol. You don't need all that stuff, right? Because CTT will give you that natural high whenever you need it. And if you need it, if you're having a crummy day, go back and listen to some recordings. You know, we put a lot of recordings up there. You'll forget which ones we've done and all the wording. So just go back and listen to them as many times as you want to. All right. And feel free to make friends, like in the Discord or wherever, and form your own tapping groups, right? I mean, there were a couple of people that were doing that. They were meeting and they were making just a little 5-minute tapping group, you know. Ronan, we need to restart our tapping group.
All right, we'll restart the tapping group. If anyone's interested in restarting a tapping group, please email me at remoteviewit@gmail.com. All right.
We restart. Okay, let's close. We all feel good. I got a heart and laughs and energy, and we're doing good.
This is one of the most important parts where we close the energy.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So let's close. And I roll my head when I'm doing the CTT, and I tend to rock back and forth, by the way, just so you all know. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There is a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
optimum guidance,
optimum guidance,
positive emotional fulfillment,
positive emotional fulfillment,
gratitude,
gratitude,
self-love,
self-love,
and the ability to trust our gut
and the ability to trust our gut
in all of those wonderful spaces we just opened up.
in all of those wonderful spaces that we have just opened up.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. And I'm going to ground us. So we're wrapping tree roots around our ankles, pulling us down to the earth's surface. So we're standing there in our bare feet and feel the grass or the sand or whatever it is you like to feel under your feet. Hopefully not hot coals. Somebody just sent me hot coals. Okay. And we're going to wash ourselves in positive emotional fulfillment. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
All right, well, that was excellent. And we'll stop the recording and hold for questions.
Please drop your questions in the chat. We probably have one, maybe two more CTT sessions this year. The second one will be on, I don't know if we'll do one on Boxing Day. Liz and I will chat about that to see if we want to have one. But with the holidays, next week might be the last one. But you can always find us on the YouTube channel. And we appreciate you coming. We look forward to seeing everybody next week. And thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah. And, we're just going to stop over the